is going to be doing some yoga today. And her name is Carrie. My name is Sierra. And I wrote gratitude on the board, which actually I'm just saying I did, but my mom did. And I wrote be happy, and I wrote my name on the chalkboard. And so make sure you give a big thumbs up and like and subscribe. I'll see you, I guess, never.
Hey everybody, it's Carrie. We're gonna go ahead and start standing today. We will need a towel if you have that. Otherwise a mat is sufficient, which would be best actually. So either way, you can find yourself coming to a mat or a towel, and we're gonna start standing, and we're just gonna allow ourselves to start coming to our practice. So let's go ahead and start with our feet flat on the floor. You can go ahead and keep a little micro bend in those knees. The right hand will open up towards the front of the room as well as the left hand. We're just going to go ahead and find some breathing here. So we'll inhale and feel the belly, the rib cage, the chest expand upwards and out. And then we'll exhale through the nose. And just notice if we can sense the breath coming in and coming out. Just notice the body and where we're at this morning. Each inhale, start becoming more and more relaxed, and on the exhale, let all those thoughts go. Perhaps coming to the word gratitude this morning, being grateful for all the things that are serving us and all the things that we're doing and serving. Go ahead and find a mudra today. We're going to do the gratitude mudra, which is our thumbs come together and the pinky fingers, and then we just allow our wrists to come together and the fingertips open. Just closing the eyes, you can gaze down at the hands, finding that centered breath once again, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Gazing down and paying attention to this mudra. A mudra is just a way that we direct our energy into our intention. So if we're directing our energy into gratitude this morning, let's just go ahead and think of our hands and all of the things that have unfolded to bring us to the place that we are at right now. The way our hands serve us every day, and the way we serve others with our hands. Every exhale, letting go and starting to come into our practice. Letting go of any judgments, any competition. Just noticing, breathing. I'm going to start by inhaling, taking the hands down towards the hips, releasing out that mudra. And we're going to inhale, both arms are going to reach up towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale to heart center. Let's inhale, open through the heart. Dynamic tension as we reach both hands towards the sides of the room, and exhale, allow the hands to rest next to the hips. We're going to add a little flow here. Inhaling, arms rise up. You can take your mudra again by taking the fingertips, the pinky fingers together in the thumb, and then exhale to the heart center. Closing off the mudra, taking the hands together, noticing the heat between the palms. Inhale, opening through the heart, and exhale, resting towards the hips. Let's find this breath flow 3 more times. Inhaling, arms rise up, the hands can meet, or the gaze can meet the hands. Exhale to the heart center. Closing off the mudra if we chose to use it today, and inhale, opening through the heart. Lots of space here with the breath, with the pose. Exhale, reaching the hands towards the hips. Inhaling, rising up. Exhale, heart center. Inhaling, opening through the heart. Exhale, hands reach next to the hips here. Inhale, right arm's gonna reach up. We're gonna use some dynamic tension as we reach the fingertips towards the sky. And exhale, reach that left hand towards the floor as the right arm is up towards the sky. Weight is into the right side, lateral flexion. Inhaling, reaching back up towards the sky, using your core strength here as the right arm reaches down, left hand comes up. Exhale, reaching through that left side. You can gaze at the crease in the arm. Inhaling, both hands come up. Exhale, we're going to sit into chair so we can take our feet, they're about hip width apart here, and we're going to exhale, bend the knees, take the hands to the heart center, reach the hands to our thighs, fingertips point towards one another, and we're going to do standing cat-cow. So we're going to exhale, roll the back up towards the sky, tucking the chin. Inhale, reaching for cow, standing cow. Exhale, find your cat. Inhale, find cow. Just moving at your own breath, your own pace. Directing your attitude towards our spine for moving with us today, building some heat through the quads. Finding some nice stability through the feet as we inhale and lift up to cow. Take the hands, rise them up to standing mountain pose Tadasana. Exhale, sit back into chair. Finding 3 breath movements here. Inhaling, rising up. Exhale, sit into chair. Very good. From here, we're going to take those hands towards the hips once again. Reach the hands towards the floor. If we have a block today, you can use the block. You can have the hands wherever they're going to land and be comfortable through the hamstrings. Let's reach the head towards the mat. You can nod the head no. You can shake it yes. Inhale to halfway lift. So we're going to take the hands to the shins, gazing forward. Nice flat back here. And then we're going to exhale, forward fold. Bending those knees, inhaling, lifting all the way up to standing. And exhale, sit back into that chair. From chair, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending those knees, inhaling, lifting all the way up once again to Tadasana. And exhale, reach the hands towards the hips. Good job. We're going to go ahead and take the right hand behind us and the left. You can hold the beach ball here if you wish, or you can interlace those fingers, rolling the shoulders back. Feet are again hip width apart. And then we're going to hinge at the hips forward here, reaching the hands up towards the sky as we exhale and take the forward fold. Taking about 3 breaths here. Again, you can nod the head no, you can shake it yes. Inhale and an exhale is 1 breath. The bottom of that 3rd exhale, let's go ahead and release out the hands. And then slowly walk the hands forward and the feet back for downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we can bend one knee. Let the other leg go nice and long. Just finding some opening again through the hamstrings here. The shoulders are reaching towards the mat. They're nice and square. A little micro bend in the elbows. Once we've done an equal amount on both sides, let's come down to all fours here. Taking the right hand underneath the right shoulder and left hand underneath the left shoulder. Little micro bend. Right leg's gonna reach back. And then we're gonna lift it up to hip height. Staying here. And if we're not honoring our shoulders today, we can go ahead and take the left hand forward as the thumb faces up. Again, a little bit of dynamic tension here. Somebody's reaching our right heel towards that back wall, and then someone's reaching the left hand forward. So we have this nice stretch moving through the spine. Let's exhale, optional to take the knee and elbow in together, and inhale, bring it back out. So all options here, exhaling, knee and elbow in, inhaling, reaching it out. Let's find one more breath flow. Exhale and inhale. Slowly bringing yourself back to all fours. Let's find child's pose in the center as we exhale, reach the hips towards the heels. Hands can come forward or back. And just find this most comfortable position. So as always, child's pose is our resting pose in yoga. So you can take your hands forward, you can take your hands back. Allow yourself to find 5 breaths here. Inhale in and exhale. And if the mind's going somewhere else, let's come back to that intention. Could be gratitude, it could be whatever we chose. Relaxing the jaw. Allow your shoulders to rest. Allow the mat just to carry the weight. And every exhale, start relaxing a little bit more into the pose. Let's inhale, come to all fours. Got that little micro bend again. The left leg's going to reach back, flexing the toes towards the earth. And then the right hand comes forward here, spinal balance. Find that length in the pose. When you're ready, you can exhale and take a knee and elbow in towards each other. Just explore your balance today. Once again, no judgment here. Just breathing, exhaling, taking the elbow and knee in together, working through the core. And then inhale, find your length again. Coming back to all fours here. We're going to go ahead and find a little bit of a stretch here as we take the right leg back. We're going to push the toes into the mat. Reach that right leg up. I'll actually use my right leg. Right leg comes up, and then we're going to bring it behind the left. The toes now come down to the mat, the left toes, and then you're going to glance towards the left side. We're going to use our core strength to rise that leg back up. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, creating all fours. Maybe we want a little bit of a cat and a cow in the center. Finding about 3 breaths, stillness, maybe a little movement. It's our practice. We're just going where we want to go today and where the body is asking. Left leg reaches back, lifting up to hip height, coming across the right. Toes come down into the mat, glancing towards the right. Using our core strength here, we're going to inhale, lift back up, take it back to center. Exhale, find child's pose or downward facing dog. Very good. Let's find the pedaling through the feet. Let's go ahead when we're ready. We're going to rise this right leg up towards the sky. This is optional as well. Go where we can go today. Your right knee will bend, lifting up, opening through the hip as we gaze underneath that right arm. Closing off the hip here. We're going to inhale and reach this right foot forward. 2 ways you can do that. You can use your hand to assist. Your left knee can come down if we're looking for our flexibility today, or it could stay up, your left knee. Yogi's choice. Let's today inhale, reach the hands back, palms face up, rising up to a lunge. Exhale, let's bend through the elbows. Reach the hands back today. Can interlace those fingers again, opening through the shoulders. Inhale, reaching forward here. Nice long spine, chin is gently tucked here. The neck is in line with the back of the spine, so it's not rising up, so we have it just nice in line with the spine. Releasing out those hands after those 3 breaths. Both hands come forward. Exhale, framing that front foot. Back foot is going to step forward to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending those knees, inhaling all the way up to standing. And exhale, sit into chair. Find this flow 3 times. Inhale, arms rise up to Tadasana. Exhale to chair. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last one. We're gonna exhale, take the hands all the way towards the mat. Once again, left leg steps back, lunge of your choice. This knee can be down or up. Inhaling, palms face up, sweep up the hands. Exhale, open through the deltoids. This time, circle reach forward, framing your front foot. Right foot steps back to meet the left, down dog. 5 breaths here. You know what's coming. Inhale to a plank. Could be full, it could be kneeling. Bending those knees down for kneeling. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows reach towards the ribs, body comes all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Coming back to plank. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, let's lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bending that left knee, let's gaze underneath the left shoulder or the left arm. Shoulders are square. Closing off the hip. Stepping your left foot forward to meet the hands. Gaze where you want your foot to land. Nice job. Let's reach the hands back, palms face up. Inhale, reaching up for the lunge of your choice. Right knee can be down or up. Hands can come behind the back today, interlacing the fingers, opening up. Inhaling, reaching forward. Exhale, take those hands forward. Nice long back. Exhale, framing your front foot. Stepping that back foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing. And exhale, sit into chair. Hands can come forward. Or hands can be on your hip, on your thighs. They can be here. Let's go ahead and find the flow. 3 breaths. Inhale, arms rise up to Tadasana. Exhale, sitting into chair. Three breath flows. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhaling, sitting into chair. From chair, let's forward fold. Let's go ahead and step that right foot back for the lunge. Lunge of your choice. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, bending through the elbows, circle reach forward. Exhale, left foot comes back to meet the right. Go ahead and find a flow here, perhaps a child's pose for 5 breaths. Maybe we're inhaling to our kneeling plank. Exhale, bend the elbows towards the ribs. Body comes all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Hands can gently come up off the mat. Inhaling, pushing back to that kneeling plank. And exhale, child's pose or down dog. Breathing it out here. Letting all of that go and coming back to the present moment. Coming back to the gratitude that our body is resting and breathing and showing up for us today. Even if it's the way we didn't think it would look. Let's go ahead and find that downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. So we're going to go ahead and take this right leg. Inhale, lift it up towards the sky as an option. Exhale, draw it through. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to place it inside of the right foot. We're going to add a little bit of a twist here. So we're going to start twisting through as we rise the right arm up towards the sky. Twisting lunge. Back heel is up. You can gaze at your right hand. And today if we want to add some movement in here, we're nice and solid through the feet. If you feel a solid foundation through the feet, let's start taking this right arm and inhaling and lifting it forward. And exhale, circle here. Nice circle motion, playing with the range of motion in the shoulder, always going where we can go today. You can take it forward on the inhale. You can exhale, take it back up. Good job. Let's go ahead and take this right arm down, closing off our twist. We're going to take both of our hands underneath the shoulders once again. And we're going to switch sides here. So we're going to go ahead and bend this right knee. You can do a little switcheroo. So switcheroo is kind of where we do a little hop and have some fun. Otherwise, we can easily just step forward and step back. So go ahead and choose what's looking best for us today. And let's take our right hand inside of the left foot. You can use a block here to raise the floor up if we need it. We're going to start twisting towards this left knee as the left hand comes up. Twisting lunge. Again, nice and solid through the foundation. Take your deep breath in. Find yourself exhaling through the pose. Relaxing in. And if you choose, we can go ahead and find some range of motion through the shoulder by reaching the hand back, inhaling, lifting it up, stopping here. Maybe take the inhale, draw it forward, and exhale, take it back. So go ahead and find yourself creating some space through the shoulder. Somewhere, again, between hard and easy, we're finding our edge. Should not hurt here. Slowly take your left arm down. Take the left hand down to frame the foot. And let's go ahead and take the left hand and bring it inside of the left foot. Walking the hands forward to center space here. We're going to inhale and take the hands to the hips, stepping up, rising up here to a nice standing straddle. Checking in here with our stance. We're going to go ahead and maybe heel toe in a little bit. Bending those knees, checking in with the knees to make sure they're in line with our ankles. And then we're going to reach the hands long here to the sides as the knees are bent. We're going to add on to this pose by lifting the right arm up as the left hand comes down. So we're practicing this little lateral flexion, almost as if we have a sun in our centered space. We're going to inhale and trace the sun and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Creating a little bit of space, a little bit of lateral flexion, feeling a little bit of heat in the quads. Coming back to that breath. Inhale, let's lift up. Exhale, bend the elbows towards the ribs as we bend the knees. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Good job. Inhale and exhale. It's not about how low you go, but it's about noticing the opening through the adductors, the inner thighs. It's about releasing the shoulders. Let's add on by taking the pinkies. Again, tracing a circle here, inhaling up and exhale. Let's inhale both arms up. We're going to take this left foot, lift the toes up off that left foot, gently bring it forward towards the right, and the right foot's going to come forward. And maybe we're going to have to heel toe out a little bit, and we're going to exhale into warrior two. So find what warrior two works best for us. Take the hands to the hips. Notice your iliums here. If one ilium, this left ilium, is higher than the right, we're just going to go ahead and find this adjustment here. And keep those iliums in line with each other so our pelvis is nice and cupped. And then we're going to take the right arm forward and the left hand back. Breathing through warrior two. Let's go ahead and from warrior two today, we're going to lengthen this front leg, keep a little micro bend. Inhale, reach forward, taking it to triangle pose. Exhale, right hand reaches to the right foot as the left hand comes up. Nice job. You can gaze at the thumb. Take your inhale and exhale here. Let's find one more breath. See if we can notice the space between the inhale and the exhale. To come out of here, we're going to go ahead and take this left hand And we're gonna bring it, we're gonna take the right hand and place it to the outside of the right foot, and the left hand's coming in as we swing to the ball of that left foot. And then we're gonna take this left foot down, left knee down to the mat, release out the toes, and then walk the hands towards the hips as we lengthen through this right leg. Hamstring stretch here. You can move this if you wish. Inhaling, bending the knee. Exhaling, walking back. You can sit on your heels if you wish. Go ahead and just find about 4 breaths here. Inhaling, coming forward, and exhaling, coming back. That's 1 breath. Remembering to breathe here, finding space between an inhale and an exhale. And again, just going somewhere between hard and easy, showing up for the body today with no judgment. Being grateful for the space that it's creating right now in this moment. The space in the pose, the breathing, the flow. Let's go ahead after those breaths. We're going to go ahead and frame that front foot, bringing both hands now down to the mat, coming to the ball of your left foot, lifting the knee. Right leg comes back to meet the left for down dog. We have our flow here, 5 breaths. You can take the child's pose. You can add a little vinyasa. Inhaling, plank, knees come down if we're new to yoga or if we're honoring our shoulders. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows reach towards the ribs, flipping the feet up. Inhaling, lifting the body up if we're taking up dog. Back to plank, and exhale, down dog. Go ahead and find that left foot, and we're gonna bring it forward. So the left foot's gonna lift up towards the sky. Then we're gonna exhale, and we're gonna bring it underneath. We're taking it to warrior 2. So our right foot now can come down to the mat as we windmill out this right arm. So warrior 2 now on the left side. Shoulders reach towards the hip pockets. Hips are nice and cupped here. Facing towards this side wall. Triangle pose when we're ready. Straightening that left leg, keeping a micro bend. Inhaling, left arm reaches forward. Exhale, left hand comes down as the right arm comes up. Stretching through the sacrum, find the space. See if we can notice that breath. Can we find a little pause between the inhale and the exhale? Bending that knee, coming back to center using our core strength. We can use the Kegel floor muscles, the Mula Bandha. We'll go ahead and engage the Mula Bandha, those Kegel floor muscles, as we come back up to warrior 2. Sweeping this right arm up, right foot, we come to the ball of the right foot. Inhaling, reaching forward. Exhale, frame that front foot. Right knee comes down to the mat, release out the toes, walking the hands to our hips as we lift the left toes up towards the sky. Hamstring stretch here, we can find our movement. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, coming back. And again, it's about noticing the stretch, what's showing up today in the body. No judgment here. Maybe a reframe of our thoughts. Looking those hands forward on that last breath. Taking a nice exhale, curling the toes. Lifting this back foot forward to meet the left for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing, and exhale, heart center. Very good. Let's go ahead and find eagle pose today. So what we'll do is go ahead and take we also have walls, if you're at home, a chair, and we can take our right leg and we can lift it up. Maybe this is our balance today. Maybe our balance is simply here. Just go ahead and find our space that works. If we have the right leg up and we're pretty solid through this left, we're going to wrap this right leg around our left leg. Find a dristi, something to gaze upon that doesn't move. And then we can tap down here to get our balance. So this is an option. Right toes can be down, the right toes can be up, and we can start sitting in to our left leg. Right arm comes up. Left hand comes around and wraps around that left elbow, interlacing, crossing over those hands. Maybe the palms will come together here. So we can gaze down. We created a little triangle between the chest and the forearms. You can gaze down at that. You can lift the elbows up. You can reach them towards the front of the room and find eagle. So I'll switch over here so we can kind of see. Let's see if I can do this in eagle. How fun, right? Maybe not. So as we come to eagle, we're going to sit here, and then we draw our shoulders towards the hips, and the elbows reach up. Let's find about 4 breaths here. Find the dristi. Find the breath. Do an added challenge after those 4 breaths. Let's keep that dristi, keep the eagle arms, and slowly release out this right leg and come forward to a warrior 3. Unleashing the arms when you wish. Palms can come back. Find 1 more breath. Inhale, let's lift it back up and find the Karate Kid kick, hiya, good for our hip flexors, and bring it back down. Nice job. All right, catch the breath if we need to, wiggle out that left leg, and let's find the other side. So let's go ahead and find this left leg, lifting it up. Maybe this is our balance today. You can wrap it around the right as we start bending the right knee. You can tap your toes down for balance. You can lift them back up. Find your dristi. Left elbow comes around. Right arm comes on top. Interlacing those hands, those arms. And again, we create a little triangle. You can gaze down at that. You can lift the elbows up. And again, we're sitting in our eagle. I'm just going to try to move this way in eagle again. So we can see that our shoulders are reaching towards the hips. So we're sort of sitting into this eagle. It's like a chair, except the arms are interlaced. Keep that dristi, keep the breath. Take the tongue off the roof of the mouth, rest the jaw. Keeping that dristi for added challenge pose today. We're going to reach to warrior 3. Taking this left leg back. Find your dristi. Keeping those eagle arms. Untangling them when you wish. Palms can come back or up. Find your pose. And sweeping back up. Karate Kid chop. Inhale. Exhale or kick. And that's that. Very good. So let's go ahead and just catch the breath. Roll out the right leg. And let all of that go. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, let's forward fold, hinging at the hips, reaching the hands towards the mat. Little micro bend in the knees to support the lower back if we need it. Head rests down towards the floor. Allow your head to feel nice and heavy. Maybe you nod it no. Maybe you shake it yes. And let's slowly heel toe our way to garland. So we're going to take our feet a little bit wider than the hips. We're going to bend those knees and sit into garland pose. So maybe the heels are up off the mat, maybe they're not. We'll take the hands to the heart center. Breathe it out. Again, somewhere between hard and easy in this pose. If we come to seated, it's okay. If our heels are up, it's okay. Breathe it out. Right hand is going to reach to the left ankle. This is an option. And we're going to twist this left hand up. Optional twist. Let's do 3 breaths at the top. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Slowly take it back down. Taking your left hand to the right. Inhaling, lifting. Again, feel that belly breath. Notice the twist. When we inhale, we're ringing through the organs here, releasing toxins. And let's exhale and bring that right hand down. If it's comfortable for us, we can just bring our sits bones all the way down to the mat. Otherwise, we can come back up and bring ourselves to a seated position. Let's do one more twist today. Twists are really good for our immune system and for eliminating toxins. So let's bring both of our knees, bending the knees and taking our soles of our feet to our mat. And let's take our right leg, right ankle, and we're going to bring it underneath the left thigh. And then we're going to inhale. Arms are going to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, heart center. Let's take our hands to our shoulders and slowly keep the shoulders square as we reach this right elbow across this left knee. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and take the elbow a little bit more and twist towards this left side. Half Lord of the Fishes. Breathing through the belly. Big inhale, rise the belly up. Exhale, relax through the exhale. Can we relax a little bit more into the pose? Let's go ahead and slowly release this out, taking the right elbow back. Coming to a nice squareness on the mat, releasing out this right leg, and then let's take the left ankle underneath the right thigh. Hands come to the shoulders, twisting through the belly. When you're ready, you can stay here. You can take this left elbow and bring it to the outside of the right knee, and the right hand comes down to the mat. Adding a twist here. Big belly breath in, full breath in. Let's start making our exhales longer. Slowly release this out. Bring both the right leg long and then the left, flexing the toes and walking the hands towards the toes here. Staff pose. Hands can reach towards the toes. You can have your hands on the ankles. Gentle stretch here. If it's too much through the hamstrings today, feel free to bend the knees and hold on underneath. Every exhale, start letting the head rest a little more. Shoulders reach towards the hips. Take an exhale and roll back up through staff pose. Let's take our right hand back, face the fingertips towards the hips. We're going to take it to incline plank. The right hand comes around again, fingertips pointing towards the hips here. So we externally rotate the shoulder, tuck the chin as if there's a grapefruit here, Point the toes. Inhale, lift the pelvis up. Incline plank. Exhale, let's bring the hips down. And inhale, lift up to boat. Two options for boat. Maybe the feet are on the mat. Maybe the feet are coming up off the mat. Boat pose. Yoga bicycle. Inhale, exhale. Paying attention to only being in our belly area for core strength. Inhale and exhale. Let's find one more breath. Taking both those legs long, hands come down. Inhale, lift, incline plank. Exhale. Hips come down. Inhale, rise up to boat. Yoga bicycles. You can choose if you want to take the right elbow towards the right leg and then the left. Yogi's choice. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, incline plank. Exhale, let's go ahead and take the right knee in towards our chest and then the left, coming down to knees to chest. So we're going to go ahead and bring the knees all the way down. Pull the knees in. You can rock right, left. You can find some circles. Just paying attention here, how the lower back and the hips and the shoulders all fall on the mat. Go ahead and find the right leg and draw it across the left. So our knees are now on top of one another. So the right knee is on top of the left knee. We can go ahead and hold our hands right onto our knees. You can gently reach the knees towards the chest. Some of us may want to bind this, where we take the left hand and bring it to the right knee, and the right hand to the left. So your hands are now in line with the sides of your body, but your legs are crossed. And you can play with this pose, meaning you can lift the heels up towards the sky. You can draw your knees towards your chest. So allow yourself to, once again, come somewhere between hard and easy. Closing the eyes and just noticing where the stretch is taking place today. Let's find about 4 more breaths here. Full breath in through the nose, full breath out. We bound, slowly release out these feet. Coming back, taking the right leg and bringing it back, taking both knees to chest, resetting the spine. Lion cow face on the left side. So we're going to bring the left leg over, crossing the knees. As if we're sitting cross-legged in a chair. The hands can come to the knees, fingertips can point down, and you can find yourself exploring space through the hip in this pose. If we want to bind this, maybe we can take the left hand to the right foot and then the right hand to the left foot. So really our arms are just straight next to our sides. And you can find yourself creating a pose that works for you. So again, somewhere between hard and easy. Playing a little bit if we want to rise the hips up or take them towards the mat, the knees towards the chest or the knees towards the sky. And once we find this space that's comfortable, we can notice a stretch. Breathe in and out of that space. Exhaling, becoming more and more relaxed into the pose. back to that word. If it's our mind's starting to go with something that we need to do today, acknowledge that thought. And then slowly just keep coming back to the breath, to this present moment. When we're ready, we'll slowly release out the spine, taking both legs up towards the sky. This is legs up the wall, but it's a imaginary wall today. It's a good restorative pose, reversing the blood flow through the legs. Takes lower back discomfort. It allows it to become more at ease because we're taking the weight off of the lower back. Some of us may want to go to a shoulder stand from here. If that's in your practice, go ahead and feel free to do that. So if we were to go to a shoulder stand from here, we would go ahead and take both of our hands right underneath the hips. The forearms are on the mat. As we bend the knees, we rise up here, taking the hands to the hips. We're on the forearms here, keeping the chin tucked, gazing forward. And just breathe, and you can play with this pose if you wish. If you want to open through the hips, you can inhale, you can exhale, all the while keeping our chin tucked and our gaze up. And some of us may want to go to plow from here. If that's comfortable, we can keep reaching the legs up. Toes can reach up over the head. Yogi's choice. You can bind through the fingertips if you wish. And again, we're moving somewhere between hard and easy. And all of these poses should come pretty easy if we're ready for them. So if our bodies are ready for the pose, they'll easily come. Showing gratitude that our bodies know when to show up for us today. When we're ready, we'll bend those knees, take the hands walking down the hips, slowly coming down. From this pose, we're going to go ahead and find fish to counteract the spine. So we're going to bring both those legs long, take the right hand and the left hand to our forearms. This one's really good for allergies here. So we're gonna go ahead and find ourselves in this space. And then we lift the chest up here, keeping the chin tucked, rising up, head comes towards the mat. You can use a block here or a pillow. And notice the breath in this space. As we close the eyes and check in. Notice the lungs expand. This pose is known to open up the thymus gland, reducing congestion if we have a cold. So if we want to come out of here, which I just did, but if we want to come out of here, we're going to tuck the chin and then take our body and inch it forward just a little bit here and then take ourselves all the way lying to the mat. Right leg is going to reach up, right knee is going to come in towards our chest. We're going to inhale, lift this right leg up, and then we're going to guide it across the midline. So the right leg is going to come across the midline. Hands will wingspan out, gazing over this right shoulder. Let's find a little movement if we wish to move in this space. You can reach your right hand towards the left. And then exhale, open through the spiral fascial line. So just some movement here, inhaling across the body, reaching to the left hand, and exhale, open through the pectoralis and gaze across the right. Finding that yoga breath, ocean breathing. Inhaling, noticing if there's a space in the breath. Notice if there's a noise associated with the breath. Let's slowly come out of here. Bringing this right leg back over. Taking the right sole of the foot down to the mat, and then the left sole of the foot, hands will rest next to the hips. Inhale, lifting the pelvis up towards the sky here as the knees reach towards one another. Bridge pose. Exhaling, coming back down. If we wish to add some arms to this, we can inhale, lift the pelvis up as the hands reach up over the head, finding your own range of motion through the shoulders, and exhale, bringing it back down. Just closing the eyes and finding this wave-like breath. Let's take our left knee into the chest as the right leg goes long. Inhaling, lifting this left leg up. Let's exhale and find ourselves moving across the midline. Left leg goes across the right, letting this left hip come up off the mat, wingspanning out the arms. Nice job. Breathe in through your lower back. As if you could take air in through the lumbar spine, find that space opening with the inhale and relaxing on the exhale. If we wish to open up through the spiral fascia line, we can take this left arm, reach it towards the right. And exhale, draw across through the pectoralis. Find yourself moving with your own breath here. One movement, one breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Perhaps creating some stillness as we gaze over that left hand. Mindfully coming back here. Taking both of the knees bent. Come back onto my mat here. I'm going to take this right knee and we're going to take the right ankle on top of the left quad. Creating figure four as we reach this left leg up, we'll take the hands and draw them in between. So the right arm's coming in between the four we created with the legs, and the left hand's coming to the outside of the left thigh. You can bind this by interlacing the fingers. And again, just create your own space through the hip. Finding that Ujjayi breath. Perhaps finding the right side of the mouth reaching towards the right ear and the left side of the mouth to the left. Find that little smile and notice if the breath shows up differently. Grateful for all the things we can laugh at and smile, enjoy. And slowly release this down, taking the right leg back out, and taking the left knee and drawing it on top of the right quad. Creating a four with the legs as the left hand reaches through the legs and the right arm comes to the outside of the right thigh. Interlacing those fingers, finding figure four. Just closing the eyes again. Noticing what's showing up in the mind. Allowing ourselves to slow down through the exhales. Being grateful today for online virtual trainings, right? Virtual classes. Keeping us connected. And just finding that connection with our own breath. Resting the jaw, closing the eyes, relaxing through the spine. Slowly releasing out this right leg, taking the left. Any pose you wish to do to complete your practice. You can go ahead and have some fun here for about 5 breaths. We're going to heel and toe our feet if we go ahead and find that space, whatever pose you wish to do. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and cue windshield wipers. So we'll heel toe our feet about the width of our mat. And then we're going to take an inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to allow both knees to fall to the left side. And then we're going to inhale, moving through the belly a little bit there. And then exhale, take it to the other side. Really good for the lower back here. Just find ourselves moving through whatever pose we created. Being mindful of our full length inhale and full length exhale. Let's find about 2 more breaths. An inhale and an exhale being 1 breath. Now we'll come to our space on our mat here, lying for Shavasana. If we want to take a restorative pose, maybe we do want to do legs up the wall. Hands can open up here. You can cue your own music. Through this whole practice, cue your own music. If you want one of my playlists, I will be glad to share one on Spotify with you. We can't use music on our videos because of copyright. So we can just go ahead and maybe right now what's best for us is to have the silence. And just close the eyes here, rest the jaw. Allow yourself to take that entire practice on the inhale and exhale. Just let it all go. Showing some gratitude for our bodies for showing up today. Gratitude to our mind, body. I do a little meditation, so if you would like to follow along, you can go ahead and follow along with me. Otherwise, you can go ahead and sign off now. We're going to take our right hand and our attention to our right hand, and we're just going to open and close the fingers of our right hand. So I'll show with my left. We're just going to open and close. Just draw some gratitude to the hands once again. I'm going to take the thumb across the fingers, noticing what shows up with no judgment. And then we're just going to open and close again. And we're going to make a fist. So we're going to inhale, and we're going to open the hands and take an exhale. And we're going to take that exhale, squeeze the fist now on the inhale. Inhale, tighten and squeeze as hard as we can through the right hand. Inhale, tighten, tighten, tighten. Exhale, open the hand and release. And just notice, perhaps the hand falls a little heavier. Perhaps there's some warmth or coolness flowing. And let's draw some attention to the left hand. Opening and closing the left hand. Take the thumb across the fingers. Extending some gratitude, acknowledging what shows up. Taking that next inhale, inhale, tighten and squeeze the left hand as hard as we can. Inhale, tighten, tighten, tighten. Exhale, release. Slowly noticing what shows up. Let's go ahead and find the toes. Right side. Perhaps we're pointing and flexing. Maybe we're doing some circles with the ankle. So let's find that next inhale and either point and flex the right toes as hard as we can. Inhale, tighten, tighten, squeeze. Perhaps there's space between the toes. And exhale, release. Finding some relaxation moving through the foot. Perhaps it's getting a little heavier, a little bit more open. Take the left foot, draw some attention there. Inhale, points, exhale, flex. Find either pointing or extending, and inhale, tighten and squeeze that foot as hard as we can. Inhale, tighten, squeeze. Exhale, release. Allow yourself to notice if there's any space that opened. Let's inhale and tighten and squeeze. This time we're going to draw some attention to our right arm. So we can take the hands, the right arm up to the right shoulder, and we're going to inhale and tighten and squeeze through the entire right arm. Inhaling, tighten, 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 tighten. Exhale, release. Allow that full arm to relax a little bit more. Let's draw some attention to the left hand, through the left arm, all the way up to the shoulder. Inhale, tighten and squeeze this left arm as hard as we can. Inhaling, tightening, tightening, noticing what shows up in that tension. And then exhale, release. Notice what shows up in the acceptance and the relaxing. Take a full breath in. Exhale longer than the inhale. Draw some attention to the right leg, right toes, right quad. We're going to go into the right glutes as well, and we're going to inhale and tighten and squeeze that entire right leg. It's going to move into the glutes a little bit. Inhale, tighten, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release. Take a few deep breaths in the center. Next, mindful breath in. We're going to inhale and draw some attention to the left leg. Pointing the toes here, finding that full inhale, tightening and squeezing all the way through the glutes. Full left leg. Inhaling, tightening, tightening, tightening. Exhale, release. Relaxing that lower body. Go ahead and draw some attention to our bellies here in the back and the shoulders. And let's inhale and tighten and squeeze our bellies as hard as we can. Inhale, tighten, squeeze that belly up. Maybe the shoulders are drawing towards the mat a little bit more. Inhale, tighten, tighten, tighten. Exhale, release. Notice the full back. Release into our mat. Next breath in. Let's draw some attention to our face. We're going to inhale and tighten and squeeze our face. Perhaps we're going to clench the jaw. Inhale, tighten and squeeze as if we ate something sour. So inhale, tighten, squeeze. Exhale, release. Find the space in the jaw. Allow your tongue to relax in the mouth. Allow your brow lines to soften. And this next breath, we're going to draw attention to our entire body. Feet, the hands, the arms, the legs, the core, shoulders, face. We're going to find this next inhale. We're going to inhale and tighten and squeeze our entire bodies. Inhale, squeeze, 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 tighten. Notice how it shows up. Exhale, release. Find the relaxation through the entire body. Breath comes in and comes out naturally. There's no effort. And let's slowly start coming back. Wiggling the toes, take a thumb across the fingers, full body stretch on the inhale. And then let's slowly bring ourselves over to one side here. Taking another breath in and out. Perhaps finding that word again, gratitude. Being grateful for ourselves for showing up today, slowly coming to a seated position. And cross those legs. Draw the hands to the heart center. And thank you all for practicing together today. And see you all soon. Namaste. Have a great week.